Last week, during lunch at work, I decided to try something completely new. My coworkers had been talking about a dish called Spicy Delight, a dish made with red kidney beans cooked in a thick, flavorful gravy made of tomatoes, onions, and a variety of spices. They all seemed to love it. I'd never had it before, so I was a bit hesitant at first, but they convinced me, saying it was delicious and something I had to try. I wasn't used to eating it, but I figured, why not? After all, they were my friends, and I didn't want to miss out on something they enjoyed so much. The first bite was surprising, rich, spicy, and so full of flavor. I didn't expect it to taste so good, so I went back for more. Before I knew it, I had devoured an entire plate, and then another, and then a third. It felt like I couldn't stop eating, and my coworkers were all laughing and encouraging me to keep going. By the time lunch was over, I was stuffed and felt like I had eaten way more than I should have. Little did I know the effects of all that food were about to hit me hard. When I got home, my husband was super excited to see me and immediately said, "Darling, I have a surprise for dinner." He seemed so happy, and I didn't want to spoil his mood, so I smiled and went along with it. He blindfolded me and led me to the dining table, where I sat down eagerly, wondering what the surprise could be. Just as he was about to take off the blindfold, the phone rang. He apologized and told me not to touch the blindfold until he got back. I was sitting there feeling the pressure in my stomach from all that food, and it was becoming unbearable. I tried to hold it in, but it was no use. With my husband out of the room, I thought I could sneak a little relief. I shifted my weight to one leg and let one go. It wasn't just loud, it was a smell like I'd never imagined. It was so bad I could almost feel it in my throat. I quickly grabbed my napkin and started fanning the air, hoping to clear it before my husband came back. But the relief was so satisfying that I couldn't stop. I switched legs and let out 3 more. Each one seemed worse than the last, like rotten cabbage mixed with something far worse. I kept listening for my husband, but he was still on the phone, so I thought I had some time. Finally, when he came back, he apologized again for taking so long. He asked if I'd peeked under the blindfold, and I smiled, assuring him I hadn't. Then, he took off the blindfold, and there, sitting at the table, were 12 of our guests, all holding their noses and saying in unison, "Happy birthday, Jessica!" I couldn't believe it. My surprise dinner wasn't quite the surprise I had imagined. Should I blame my husband for the embarrassing situation, or is it all my fault for what happened that evening? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to follow, like, or subscribe for more hilarious stories.